You ever have one of those moments where you just know somebody's about to write you off, but instead they accidentally hand you the best plot twist of your whole life? That's exactly what happened the morning my daughter Emily's dreams crashed into the wall of our HOA president, Margaret Whitman. Picture this. I'm loading up Emily's wheelchair into our van, sun barely up. Emily clutching that crumpled, colorful flyer for the county animal auction, a dream she'd nursed for weeks. And here comes Margaret, queen of Willowbrook Estates tape measure, always at the ready. Smile tighter than a drum gliding across her lawn like she owns the oxygen, never mind the property lines. She leans in, that voice sweet as vinegar. Hope you're not thinking of bringing Emily to that filthy animal circus. Wouldn't want an incident. You know what I mean? The nerve of this woman acting like my kid's wheelchair is some public eyesore and the auction is radioactive waste. Emily's face falls, hope draining out of her like someone kicked the cord out of the wall. And I swear right then I made a silent promise, if it takes every dime I have, my girl's getting her auction day. See, Emily wasn't always in that chair. 2 years back, some drunk ran a red light, smashed up our world in seconds. The doc said she'd never walk again, but it wasn't her legs that broke me. It was watching that wild, unstoppable light in her eyes get smothered by fear and doubt. So when she asked if we could go see the animals, I said yes, even if I had to carry her there on my back. What I didn't count on was Margaret's particular brand of poison. That night, just as Emily and I were planning out which animals we'd see first, her giggling about maybe petting a miniature donkey, bam, there's a knock. Margaret again standing there with an official-looking envelope, eyes glittering like she just got away with something. Legal injunction, she says. Traffic noise, property values, you understand. This auction simply cannot disturb our tranquil neighborhood. The worst part, she'd gotten some judge to sign off on it, playing the community disruption card. And even though the auction wasn't anywhere near her precious roses, she'd managed to wrap enough red tape around it to strangle a horse. I could see Emily listening, piecing together the grown-up talk, realizing the answer was no. Her voice cracked when she asked if we could still go, and all I could do was fake a smile and lie. Just some boring adult stuff, honey. That night, after she finally cried herself to sleep, I sat in the dark, staring at that injunction, feeling more helpless than I'd felt since the hospital. All my business smarts, all my years of hustling, and here I was, getting outmaneuvered by Margaret and her HOA henchmen. But just as the sky started turning pink outside my office window, something clicked in my head. I started making calls. You see, what Margaret didn't know, and really should have if she'd paid attention to anything but her own rules, was that I wasn't just some random guy in the neighborhood. I owned the biggest agricultural supply business in the county. Not only did I know everyone involved with the auction, I'd been the primary sponsor for years. Hell, the thing only existed in its current form because I wanted to see families like mine have something special. And if Margaret was going to play hardball, well, I had my own version of the game. So here's where it gets fun. Early Saturday rain spitting sideways, Emily's sitting at her window face, a study in heartbreak. I roll in and say, "Get dressed. Your favorite outfit." She's like, "Why, we can't go anywhere." I just smile and say, "Sometimes you don't go to the mountain comes to you." Right on cue, the first livestock trailer rumbles up, parking right across from Margaret's place. Then another and another. By 10 a.m., the empty lot next door, which, oh, by the way, I'd bought 6 months back under a shell company, looks like a state fairground. Horses, goats, chickens, rabbits, the works. Auctioneers setting up families, pouring in, kids squealing, all right there in our peaceful, rule-bound, completely gobsmacked neighborhood. Margaret? She's frozen in her yard, face going from pink to purple like a weather map. Emily. She's staring out the window, eyes wide, mouth open, asking, "Daddy, is this really happening?" I kneel beside her, tears fighting their way up, and say, "Every bit of it, sweetheart. Just for you." And the smile she gives me, I'd buy the whole damn world to see that again. Now here's where the twist drops. Margaret comes storming over, clutching her pearls, shouting about zoning, barnyard circus, and how I can't just turn Willowbrook into Old MacDonald's farm. But I hand her a folder stuffed with permits, zoning changes, county stamps, everything done 6 months ago, quietly, legally, and all airtight. And to top it off, 2 local cops there with their own families are helping direct traffic and eating popcorn. I almost laugh as I watch Margaret realize she's run out of moves. Then comes my favorite part. The crowd's buzzing, auctions peaking, and I step up to the mic. "Folks, I need your attention." I lay it all out, how this day is for Emily. How one person tried to crush a disabled kid's dream with paperwork. How kindness beats cruelty every time. The whole place goes silent as I hold up Margaret's injunction for everyone to see. Actions have consequences, I say, and then looking right at her, I ban Margaret publicly from this and every future event I'm involved with. Her jaw drops so hard I hear it click. But the real fireworks come when Emily takes the mic, voice shaking but clear as a bell, and says, being different doesn't mean being less. I can't run like other kids, but I can love Daisy with all my heart. There's not a dry eye anywhere. Neighbors who barely looked at us before are suddenly lining up to shake my hand, to thank us, to ask when the next fair will be. Even the HOA's usual cronies are grinning, taking photos with their kids and the animals. You could actually feel the neighborhood changing, one laugh at a time. By sunset, Emily's feeding Daisy apple slices. Kids are making plans to come over, and Margaret, she's vanished inside curtains, drawn her manicured kingdom, now ringing with laughter and the clatter of hooves. Next morning, wouldn't you know it, a for sale sign appears on her front lawn. 2 weeks later, she's gone, replaced by the Hendersons, a family whose autistic son ends up being Emily's best new friend. 6 months after that, the Willowbrook Animal Auction is an annual tradition. Emily is honorary chair, and the neighborhood that once watched us with suspicion now cheers my daughter as she speaks at events, launches a blog, even starts a foundation that's given therapy animals to hundreds of kids. And Margaret. Last I heard, she moved to an Arizona retirement community, and rumor has it tried to take over their HOA too. Some folks never change. But Emily, she changed everything. She found her voice, her strength, her friends, her purpose. She learned that sometimes the people who want most to hold you down are the ones who end up raising you up without ever meaning to. And honestly, that's the kind of revenge I can live with. So yeah, Margaret thought she could snuff out one little dream. All she really did was set fire to a whole new beginning, not just for Emily, but for all of us. You ever seen a kid light up the world just by showing up and refusing to quit? I have. And every time I see Daisy nuzzle Emily, every time I hear laughter spilling out where scolding used to live, I remember it's not about beating the Margarets of the world at their own game. It's about making a game they can't even understand and inviting everyone else to play. Now tell me, what would you have done in my shoes? Do you think justice was served, or was I just lucky? Drop your thoughts below. Let's talk about what community kindness and real courage really mean.